What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another video, and in today's video, it's the welcome back video. I've been gone for like 2 to 3 months. I'm going to talk in this video what I've been up to. I'm going to talk about the content schedule that's going to be on the channel, and then I want to talk about what games I'm playing and what games I've kind of laid down to rest. Let's get into it. Before we get started with this video, I do need to say it is sponsored by Square Enix and their new Nier game, Nier Reincarnation. It's a mobile game, and they're having a huge collaboration with one of their mainstay games that just got that remaster, Nier Replicant. And they're super excited about this trailer I'm going to show you. So if you played that game, I know a lot of you guys have, and you're looking at some of the characters, watch this trailer because it's pretty hype.
Keep sticking your nose.
Everyone cares for their family just as much as I do.
Even hard.
I just kill him and move on.
I still don't know if I made the
Now I
right
can
choices.
protect everybody.
I don't give what shades are.
And I'm going to defeat the Shadow Lord and get Yona back.
The reason I fight is to smash the out of every last goddamn shade on the planet.
I took on this hideous form to save my friends.
That's why I'm willing to put myself in danger, so others don't have to.
So as you can see, you can summon some of your favorite characters, and they're having their 15 million download special going on right now. Tons of celebration, tons of rewards. If you want to try out Nier Reincarnation, click the link in the description below and download it today. Without further ado, let's get on with the rest of the video. Alright guys, so I have been missing MIA for the past about a month and a half to 2 months on YouTube, and even longer than that on Twitch. Essentially, I decided, Rachel and I, which is my wife if you guys didn't know, we were going to go house hunting. And with house hunting, I don't know if you guys have ever bought a house, but just to get ready for it, it is a whole ordeal. It is absolutely insane. With the stresses of, YouTube and Twitch, and then, obviously that's the job for me right now. And then also, just the housing market's insane. So we went around looking for houses. We kept, several showings, and we come to learn that the housing market was just inflated like you wouldn't believe. It is booming. It is a seller's market. It is not a buyer's market, meaning as a buyer, you're going to pay more for the house. I don't know if it's more than what it's worth because the housing market is increasing, but there is a lot of liability on you because you got to pay a lot, and then it could fall back down to where it normally would be, right? So we had this house in line. It was perfect. We loved it. And we ended up getting outbidded on the house by like $40,000, which is a crap ton over the listed value. And they did it with cash. So they immediately took that offer up and snuck it out from underneath us. So that was pretty emotionally crippling, if I could say the word right. It really tore us up there. So from that, okay, we haven't gotten to the gaming yet. So I'm just, if you guys want to skip over this and get to the gaming part, that's up to you. But I wanted to tell like a lot of you guys that actually care about what's going on in my life, what really happened. So after that, I got into golf, believe it or not. So it sounds weird, but about at the end of April, May, I went and visited my friend Cloud. You guys have probably seen him on stream, and I was at the heaviest I'd ever been. Now, before COVID, I was getting close to the lowest I'd ever been. I was in the best shape of my life, and then, the whole thing happened with the the pandemic, excuse me, and it kind of closed down everything and kind of shut me in my house, and so I did what I normally do is stress eat and not work out, can't go to the gym, etc. So I gained a lot of weight. So I started working out again, and then I decided I was going to play golf. Now, I know what you're saying. Golf, that's so boring. What are you talking about? For me, it was a way to get outside, drinking some brewskis, and hitting a ball, half of them going in the woods, half of them going in the pond, in the water. But it was still a fun time, and it was like a cardio, get me outside, out of the house kind of thing, right? And you were kind of outside, you didn't have to worry about the craziness that was, the virus and all that kind of stuff. So, it was only really around the people that you went with. So it was really good for me. And I really hit that hard. I've been training myself hard, hitting like 200 balls or more a day at the range. It's just been really good for me. And that really like catapulted my weight loss, because I was at kind of a standstill where my cardio just wasn't where it needed to be. I was eating right, I was lifting a lot of weights, but my cardio wasn't there. Well, the golf really pushed that over. So that's where I am. I'd say since the beginning of May, I'm down about 22 pounds, which I have like about 20. I'd say I want to get down another 20 pounds or so, and that's probably where I want to sit at as far as where, I mean, obviously getting smaller and smaller, you know, getting more ripped and cut up is always great, but I think 20 more pounds is my net goal, and that's probably where I'll sit at unless I'm trying to look really good to go out with a shirt off or something like that. So really good there. Got to pat myself on the back. I'm doing well with that, and hopefully you guys are as well too, staying healthy with everything going on. So that's where I've been with my life offline, where you guys haven't seen me, and honestly, I'm at the best place I've been mentally in a long time. I feel good about myself. I feel good about my situation, and overall, just everything's going in the right direction, staying healthy, getting enough sleep, etc. So moving on to gaming. For gaming, I was playing in a WoW guild. We were trying to kill Mythic. If you guys don't know WoW, this might go over your head a little bit. And we killed the last tier. We killed all the way through to the last boss, killed the last boss, which is great. And I was an officer in that guild. But with that came a lot of responsibility and a lot of time taken away from me that could go to my mobile games. Because as you guys know, mobile games are a grind and a half. And so you have, you know, the MMO. I had all this responsibility as an officer. And that has been lifted off of me now because our guild has decided to stop raiding. So at first I was really heart hurt, sad that was getting taken away from me, because I really did enjoy WoW. But with the new FF14 stuff coming out, you know, with Endwalker, I'm super excited to be raiding in that and raiding Savage. You know, and taking away the officer aspect to it, it just makes me feel more free. I have more free time. I've already been streaming more now. I'm going to be hitting up to 3 to 4 streams this week, hoping to keep amplifying that and moving forward. So that's where I am with, you know, where my free time is and how much more time I could put into gaming. And obviously I should be doing more time towards my mobile games, because that's pretty much my career right now. That's how I make my money, and I was kind of resting on my on what I had built up for a little bit, and I can't be doing that for too much longer. But it really helped me reset and put myself in a good headspace, because as you guys know, throughout my career, I try to be as positive as possible. I am a hype up person, you know, I get excited. I try to make sure you guys are having a good time as well. But there were times where I felt I was failing as my job as a content creator, and I felt stuck. I felt like I couldn't grow, and it's really tough, you know, when your income isn't always guaranteed like something another job would be, if that makes any sense. But I'm back in a good headspace, and we're hoping to stick with that for a while now. So what was happening with content creation in my gaming? So MHA kind of died off for me. You guys knew how much I love that game. I love My Hero Academia to death still, but the game itself had so many problems getting off the ground. It failed every gacha mobile game trope that you could have with the devs. They tried their best, but for me, they couldn't keep me in there because of all the problems that they had. And then on top of that, like the content just got really stale really fast, right? So I ended up dropping MHA. So it really put me in a bad place too when I did the house hunting of what kind of creation am I going to be making. And with FFBE, a lot of people, you know, wonder where I've gone off with that. Well, FFB is my bread and butter. It is what made me. You guys, the community, is what made me. And that game, I will love to the day I die. It literally will be something that is astronomically insane to me from the very beginning. I mean, I went on stage in New York City, in LA. I got to meet Katy Perry. I got to meet all of you guys. It was a surreal experience for someone like me, who is really just an average person, you know, to be able to do that kind of stuff. It pushed me and fueled me to greater lengths. So without further ado, what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to make a monthly video, and I get this question a lot. Did you quit X game? Are you playing Y game? Why aren't you logged into B game? You know, what are you doing, Claic? And for me, quitting games means that I am not logging into the game anymore. I've deleted it off of phone, emulator, everything, and I don't plan to come back for months. There's a middle tier where it's not quitting, but it's kind of waiting on something to happen, right? I keep the game installed. I'll log in every once in a while. I'm hoping something refreshes, energizes me, because I love the game enough to where I'm just waiting on events that really pique my interest. So there's like a mid tier, and there's obviously the I game it every day. I grind all the events. I'm in there doing everything I can. So there are these 3 different ways that at least I view. Obviously, you could view quitting or dropping the game differently. That's how I view it. And I want to make a video monthly now where I talk about where my games are, where they're at, and what games I'm looking forward to in the future. So that's where we're going to end today's video. I'm going to talk about that right now, and this is going to be our first month where I do that. So as far as FFBE is concerned, I have never quit FFBE. I've done the thing where I've talked about where I keep it installed. I always look at the news every week. I always look at characters, look at the community, how you guys are relaying to it, and how you feel about it, hoping that something sparks me to come back and just be right back into it every day like I used to be. Now, has that happened yet? Sadly, it has not. I think essentially I burned myself out to the ground with FFB, with content creation, and so I had this mental block with it where I don't really know exactly how to, it sounds weird to say this, how to make content on it anymore, because of where if you make a guide, you're using characters that nobody has, or you make a guide and, you know, it just feels weird to me. I can't explain it. However, I feel much better about it now than I did before. So looking into the future with FFB, there will be more content on this channel revolving FFB. There will be a lot more character and unit reviews, because that's where I feel like I am strongest at when it comes to talking about the game and evaluating how good they'll be in things like Clash of Wills and etc. in the game and trials and moving forward with the characters. There will be pull videos, obviously, because I'll be trying to beat Clash of Wills or be in the top tier of that, because it is a cool game mode. It is sick. And then there will be like news updates, and then for every once in a while I'll show off my Clash of Wills stuff. And if I feel confident that a trial guide or a guide would help you guys out, I will definitely make that as well. But I would expect somewhere, you know, 3 to 5 FFB videos minimum on this channel moving forward in the next month. That's where I want to be with it. And the problem with FFB as well that I kept seeing was I would get excited, like the FF7 units came out. I was like, dude, I'll just make a video on this or something, you know. I'm inspired. And then I'd go to the Reddit, and it seems like every week, like the shard dungeon doesn't come out, or there's another problem, another bug. It seems like the community is really on putting Gumi and Square Enix even more on a hot seat than I was used to when I made content. I mean, there was some times when it got really hot, but it seems like the community overall is just unhappy with the game, and that would kill my vibe. And I'm just not going to let that happen anymore, because obviously, you know, I care about those things too, but coming back into the game and just trying to grind my characters up and play these events, I can kind of like let that lax for a little bit, because I used to feel, and I still will feel this way, and I should, I guess, but I had this huge weight on my shoulder that I had to stand up for the community, because I did have a platform to do that, right? And I would always weigh, you know, is this the time to stand up against, or stand up in arms with the community? Are they correct in their upsetness? Has Gumi, you know, fallen enough to where they need to be like, hey, ring, like fix this, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna let that fall a little bit just so I can get back up on the horse. Hopefully you guys understand that. It's nothing personal or against you guys or, you know, against community, but it's I need a second to revamp up with the FFBE before I can feel like I can do something like that. So all those concerns, I'll listen to them. I hear you. I feel them the same way, but I need to let those go to the side, or I'll feel so stressed out and not enjoy the game because everybody seems like they're upset about something. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so that's FFBE for me right now. Moving to the next game that I've been playing, and this is the game I would say is my main game right now. I have been head over heels playing this game nonstop all day. Epic 7. I know what you're going to say. Claic, you used to play a game and you quit that game. That is a game I definitely quit. I logged out. I didn't log in for years. It was like 2 years I didn't log in. And then, of course, you know, after the MHA thing I talked about, I re-downloaded the game because ReZero came. You guys know how much I like ReZero. I downloaded Last Claudia for it and tried to get the characters there. And I did that for Epic 7 as well because I was super pumped. And I've learned that Epic 7... it was a good game before. I understood it was a great game. I mean, look how much money it makes. Look how many people play it. It is a very successful game on its own, a very good game. The quality of life they've added to that game are absolutely insane. It is like an entirely different game than the game I played 2 years ago. I think they're on their 3rd anniversary right now, and I think I played it up to the 1st anniversary, so I do think there was a 2-year gap there. There's a lot of stuff that's the same, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of stuff that they've changed, and I am just so motivated to finally get into RTA. It will take me months. It will take me a lot of grinding, but I think that will be my main, I mean, it is my main game. It's the game I'm logging into and playing nonstop all the time right now. Really enjoying it, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. That'll be a lot of my streaming content, because I'm not sure exactly how to make YouTube content for Epic 7 yet, because I don't feel like I have the knowledge. Maybe for funny things, maybe do Guild Wars, I just get crushed, or obviously summons I think you guys like to watch, and I don't want to be, I never like to give bad information, and I don't feel knowledgeable enough in Epic 7 yet to be able to make videos. Maybe I'll give my opinion on characters when they come out, or events, and obviously you guys take them with a grain of salt, because again, I'm not a pro, or I'm not an RTA like legend. I've not even done my first RTA match yet, but I am loving the game and enjoying it, so that's what I'm playing. The next game I've been playing a lot is World Flipper. If you guys haven't played World Flipper, it is a fun little pinball game. You guys should definitely look it up. It sounds weird to say it. Pinball RPG Gacha. And it plays like a little pinball where you can flip them up, stuff like that. And like I said, it's pretty fun. And I haven't having that on the side. Like I'll play that, spend all my energy. I haven't really devoted into learning the characters' passives, their abilities, team comps. I'm just following off. But I am playing it daily, burning all my energy and doing multiplayer. And I'm going to do both that, Epic 7, and that on stream. So we can do multiplayer together and just have fun. I feel like that World Flipper is more of a fun side game for now until they start pumping out the event. So you should definitely check out World Flipper if you haven't. I got recently into the Revived Witch beta. If you guys haven't seen Revived Witch, it is very cool. I'm kind of split on it, a closed beta test. I'm kind of split on it right now. It's just in closed beta test. I like the battle and combat. I'm showing kind of a little bit off of it here, where it's like, you know, the sprite base looks great, but I don't really like the menus. The battle system's cool. I don't like the menus, and the character art is all over the place for whether I like it or not. And it seems like they have an art style that, and again, you guys can probably say I'm wrong with this, look more lolly to me, and that's just not for me. You guys know how I feel about Lottie. Like, Lottie, whatever, dude. It's not for me. You know what I mean? I'd rather be using adult, big, strong characters, and they don't have very many husbandos in that game. It's all waifus, which, you know, it's each their own. And then finally, the last one I want to touch on right now is War of the Visions. That game is really far on the back burner as far as if I'm playing it right now. I have actually given my guild duties to one of my most trusted members because I don't feel it's fair for me to keep being the guild leader when I'm not logging in every day and I'm not doing guild battles every day. I just ask that I keep a spot in there for when I want to return. So I know a lot of people wanted to ask me on that. There will be no War of the Visions content for a while. For a while, I guess I could say. I don't want to say if ever, because it's not a game I deleted off everything, but I'm just not logging into it daily, so it's really far on the back burner. But I probably talked your guys' ear off already. Thank you again to Square Enix for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description below to try Nier Reincarnation. I cannot wait to make content for you guys. Give me some suggestions in the comments on what you want to see. Games, maybe? I'm looking for a new game to dive into. I mean, I'm loving Epic 7. I mean, every day, every second, spending energy, but I want to hear from you guys as well. So, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below with your suggestions on content, what you want to see, and how you guys have been doing, because I missed you guys. Subscribe for future content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.